This video shows how global value chains can be used to develop border areas, drive greater investment into common industries of neighboring countries, and transform transport corridors into full-fledged economic corridors. We explain why cross-border value chains are the most efficient form of global value chains, the project motivation, the geographic coverage of the project, its industry coverage, our project appraisal results, and project rankings for border area development.
The series is part of a comprehensive assessment of cross-border value chains between Sarawak and West Kalimantan. The study supports development of the West Borneo Economic Corridor in the Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East ASEAN Growth Area, or BIMP-EAGA. We hope that you'll enjoy this overview of the project. If you want more information, you can find details in the complete study called Pre-Feasibility Study of Sarawak West Kalimantan Cross-Border Value Chains, which is available on the internet.
There's a lot of talk about global value chains since they account for 60% of world trade. Rapid growth of this type of trade has been fueled by instantaneous worldwide communications, fast shipping, people mobility, and connectivity through computing and the internet, all of which have motivated companies to restructure their operations internationally through outsourcing and offshore activities. But fragmentation of production means that distance between producers of inputs, assemblers, and distributors plays a critical role in costing products and therefore competition, especially for industries that make heavy and voluminous products. That's why firms that optimize their production process across neighboring countries create huge cost advantages by minimizing trade costs that generate more competitive pricing of products than those of distant trading countries. Our focus is on the Malaysian state of Sarawak and the Indonesian province of West Kalimantan. For Indonesia, the project emerges from the government's new program to develop border areas to improve living standards, promote commerce, and attract workers and their families to those areas as a way of reducing agglomeration in Java's major urban centers of Jakarta, Surabaya, and Bandung. For Malaysia, the motivation is twofold: to raise household income in the administrative divisions near West Kalimantan, and to bring cross-border trade with West Kalimantan back to normal levels after years of a virtual halt in official trade between the two territories. Both countries are anxious to resume trade to help bolster border area development and promote trade and investment along the West Borneo Economic Corridor of the Brunei, Indonesian, Malaysian, Philippines, East ASEAN Growth Area, or BIMP-EAGA. So the two governments are building new CIQ and road infrastructure along the three border crossings to encourage and facilitate trade. We've identified 9 industries where cross-border collaboration can lead to large investments resulting from cost savings, lower product prices, and increases in the quantity demanded of products from each of the industries. The industry case studies are available on a YouTube channel called Cross-Border Value Chains, so make sure to watch these case studies for details about each industry's global value chain and their application to Sarawak and West Kalimantan. Project appraisal based on conventional cost-benefit analysis suggests that cross-border value chains can lead to substantial investments because of the output expansion resulting from cost savings associated with lower trade costs and more competitive pricing of products. For border area development, however, there are non-monetary valuations from local households, SMEs, government, and development banks. Their preference ordering is likely to favor tourism, fisheries, and shipbuilding, as well as welfare-enhancing medical tourism and higher education, rather than palm oil, rubber, aluminum, favored by large corporations. In any event, compliance with international standards for environmental management should allow these different industries to coexist with one another. There are 3 takeaways from this project. First, global value chains applied to neighboring countries where distances are short reduce trade costs and allow companies to lower their prices, thereby becoming more competitive and increasing their market shares. Second, there are 9 industries in Sarawak and West Kalimantan that can greatly benefit from the resurgence of trade between the 2 territories. And third, the rankings of industries differ from a purely monetary perspective and from a non-monetary perspective for border area development. Visit our YouTube channel on cross-border value chains for more information, and thanks for watching.